Okay, just some random Saturday thoughts. It's actually beautiful here in North Carolina. This is my truck. I call her a Schneehase. Now this is a sexy truck. When we first got it, before we put the decals on, she was snow white. And we had a new can on the back, and my boss and I, and when I say my truck, I'm just in charge of the thing. It's actually his truck. But we took it out on a test ride, and we had two different occasions where people pulled up beside us, actually, dudes in pickup trucks, and they were beeping and honking their horn because this thing is badass. Now, 99.9% of you just see a big ass garbage truck, but the drivers out there know that this thing is sexy as hell. I love this truck. This truck works hard. I mean, it does its job, and this truck drives like a car, man. It is just an absolute pleasure to drive this thing. It's like driving, and well, I mean, be honest, it's like driving an 18,000 pound car, but still, this thing is just a beauty. Now, I named my truck. The rest of our trucks just have numbers. Now here's our newest truck. One of the other drivers keeps it here. This is a Freightliner. And this truck works hard. This truck does its job. It works really, really hard. But, guys, this truck is butt ugly. This is just not a pretty truck at all. It's utility type thing, but it does its job, but it's shit. It's shit. It's hard to look at compared to mine. This thing is badass. Okay, so the deal is my owner sold the company. So after the first of the year, I think I'm giving up driving career forever. I think I'm done with it. I'm really gonna miss this ride. I ain't gonna miss the job I did because it was tough, but just driving this truck was awesome. But all good things come to an end, and I'm not gonna go to work for the next people who took over the company. I can actually retire next year or within a year, but I don't want to. Here's the deal. I'm in good health. I feel great. My cardiologist, I did have some heart issues there, and my cardiologist said you need to lose some weight. So I dropped 29 pounds as of my last doctor visit. I feel great, and I feel like I got a lot of hard work left in me. I can retire, but I just don't want to. So what I think I'm going to do is find somewhere to park my ass for the next few years. And then, when it comes time to go to the park and feed the fucking pigeons, I'll do it. But I just don't, I feel great. I just don't feel like it. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to the motorcycle business. I've done a lot of different things in my life. I worked in the optical business for 5 years when I was younger. I've done a lot of different things, but mostly what I've done is motorcycles. I've got 17 aggregate years in the motorcycle business. And I think I'm going to go back to that and just park my ass there until my mental time clock or Mother Nature tells me it's time to hang it up. I want to show you this. This is Maggie. This is a 2001. This is a sled, man. This is an old sled. But this is a 2001 Super Glide. Now, I have owned probably 100 motorcycles in my life. I have ridden well over 1,000. In my job, you had to test ride every motorcycle that comes on the floor. So, I've ridden so many cool bikes when I was in the service department. And I have done, in the motorcycle business, I have been sales manager, finance manager, salesman, and service rider. I've done it all. And I've got a chance to ride a lot of stuff. I actually rode a Russian Ural a restored, I'm talking World War II era, restored Russian Ural with the sidecar. It was just the coolest shit ever. I rode I think it was Yamaha that came out with a bike. They called it, I think it was the Riken, and I could be getting that wrong. It could be the Niken, but I'm pretty sure it was the Riken. But basically what it was a motorcycle that had two front wheels, and they were cantilevered. So when you turn the bike, the two wheels would extend to match the road. It was the weirdest freaking thing I've ever been on. Everybody who rode it at the dealership just said the same thing. Man, that was so odd. And it just didn't feel like a motorcycle. But when you got it out on the side roads, it was a cornering machine. Man, that thing would corner. So it was fun, but it didn't take off, I'm assuming. And I've been out of the business for 6 years now. So I don't know, but I've never seen a civilian on one on the road. I've only seen them in the dealership, and I don't see them anywhere anymore. So I think that what happened is that with that motorcycle, I think that it was an excellent design. The Japanese did a great job with that thing, but it was like me. All us old guys were like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like a motorcycle. So I think it died, but it was a great concept. Now this old sled here, her name is Maggie. This old sled is the best motorcycle I've ever owned, or it feels best to me. It just fits me ergonomically. I love everything about it. It's plenty enough power. I mean, it's not, you're not going to outrun the law on this thing. But it's plenty fast enough. But it just feels so good. And I'm going to keep riding it. Now, I know that I am headed for the big bagger. My time is coming for the big bagger, and I've ridden 1,000 of them, and I love them. You know, I love the floorboards. I love the freaking recliner seats in them. They got heat. They channel heat off the engine through vents. They got heated. They got big windscreens and excellent audio systems. Just everything, every bell and whistle you can think of. But I can not ever see them as anything other than a geezer glide. Like this, okay, when you get old, you buy the big gigantic motorcycle and you just ride around annoying people. And I'm just not there yet. I cannot picture myself in that yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is, after the first year, I'm going back to motorcycles. I know the business inside and out. And plus, everybody, like, the motorcycle industry is very, very small industry. And in North Carolina, everybody knows me. Damn near anybody knows me, because I've worked several dealerships, but I've talked to everybody during the course of my job, you know, making trades with other dealerships and stuff like that. So I definitely can find a home back in there. And then I'll just hang out until I feel like I'm just too old to work anymore. But I feel like I can retire next year. I just don't want to. I feel like I've got a ton of hard work left in me. I mean, you're talking to a guy who hasn't had a week's vacation in over 7 years, and I haven't had but 6 days off in the past 5.5 years. So I understand how to work. But anyway, just Saturday thoughts. I wanted to show you guys my trucks, our trucks. And there's the Freightliner. You're butt ugly, girl, but you get it done. All right, peace out.